Do you want to talk about the dog door?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to talk about it for a while while it was going on, just because I didn't want to advertise that my house had a malfunctioning dog door on it of any kind.
Right.
Because I didn't want people to be like, some guy's like sharpening his knife on a whetstone, and he's like, "Did you hear episode 321? He says the back door has a piece of plexiglass on it that keeps coming up every time the dog comes near it." And then just have all these posters of me on the wall with like the eyes cut out.
Try not to hit his garage this time.
But now the old door's back installed, and I don't know. I thought it was such a funny.
I feel like you might want to at least take lead. I mean, I'll fill in and add and pick up the slack, but I don't know what angle you're coming at this from. And
I had this thought in my head that, which maybe some of you have, which I'm happy that I can relieve you of, which is the idea that with money comes this ability to like just sort of like make things happen, like without caring about them. They're like, well, I'm rich now, so the dog door is not perfect. Like now I can't even remember what wasn't perfect about the dog door, because now I want to kiss the dog door I have. But I was like, why can't there be a dog door that doesn't need batteries changed in it, and doesn't require batteries to be changed in a fob in the dog's collars, because they make these dog doors where the dog gets close to the dog door and that's when the dog door opens or unlocks. And this is kind of a list of shit. And also I was like, and inevitably, like I'd like it to be electronic also, because I have a Crestron system, like a home automation system, which has also never worked. But one day I have this idea that I'll be sitting in my bed and I'll be like, "Did you hear that, honey?" What was that? Sounds like coyotes.
No, it does not.
By the way, that's exactly what coyotes sound like.
Not at all.
Okay. That's why they're fucking terrifying, because they don't sound like an animal. They sound like a fucking like dude at Target. Like they sound like arguing with his girlfriend. They just sound. You're just like, what's going on out there? Why is there a dude? Why is there a gang of dudes upset about a sale? And it's like, and then you listen, and they're like, what? Oh God, it's coyotes. And then the scariest thing about it is that then your dogs, they hear the coyotes and they're like, they react in these random fucking ways. Sometimes sexually. Like, you can't tell the difference. Like, you know how your dog reacts to a skunk or a raccoon? They get excited. Like, if there's a fucking coyote out there, the dogs are like, hey, they're like, so, they're like the call of the wild. They're like, I want to go with the circus. I'm like, these motherfuckers want to eat you.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna fuck you. If they do fuck you, they're gonna eat you after. Like, they don't give a shit. These are hungry ass wild cave dogs from like the fucking last millennia, come down here to like fucking eat squirrels and chihuahuas, and don't fight. But the dogs are like, they hear it and they're like, I want to go out there. I want to, and it's just, you hear, it's like, it's the scariest thing in the world to hear. It's like,
yeah.
So anyways, I'm just saying, like, my fantasy was to deal with that and then hit a button and be like, okay, that's enough of that. Like, I'm not letting my dogs out. Or like, sometimes you smell a little skunk in the air and then your dogs are like, Ma, there's a skunk out there. And they're like, that means it's time for me to go attack the skunk. And then you can bathe me for 8 hours and then you can change your cushions. And then you go, no, it means it's time to lock the door.
Yeah.
So I had this fantasy. So, you know, like electronic and dog collar activated, so they could pick and choose when they want to go outside. But if I want to seal them in for the evening because of Mother Nature, I hit the button. Okay, all of that from my bed. So Spencer, like the whole time for the last 2 years, it seems like Spencer's like, I got it. Like this is technically Spencer's job, but it's not really fair to Spencer. Like I it's like,
it's just long term. Like, it's hard to crack one of these things out really quick. So as a result, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Levy's in charge of like the calendar and the finances, all that shit. And like Spencer's like my friend, but yeah, also like it's like oh if oh there's a video game, can you get it for me or something like that. It's kind of but like here and it's like it's not like I'm ever like Spencer's fucking up because there's not a thing. And it's like and Spencer doesn't also knows he's like I'm not gonna bug my friend about the thing and like for a year and a half or something I'm like. What about this dog door? And then you'd come in and you'd go, okay, so I found this dog door. So it meets your specifications. And I'm always like, yeah, that's great. That's fine. And then sometimes I think back in my head and you're like, yeah, it's kind of big. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. My dog's big. And then other times are like, oh, it kind of sticks out from the door. Like when you install it, I'm like, whatever. I'm not Martha Stewart. I don't care. Function over form. Let's Elon Musk this dog door. Cut to the dog door is installed finally. And it's like this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was this giant picture a back door. So first of all, the back door had to be completely replaced because the dog door is so big that no normal door can contain it.
No ordinary door.
Because it's basically the size of a door.
Yeah.
The dog door is so big that if Spencer and I were going out for the evening, we might, and we were wearing collars, we might just actually put less energy into leaving the house by ducking down and moving through the door. That's how big the dog door is.
I compared it to the size of a not mini fridge. I'd say it's closest.
It's a lobby.
It's like a fridge in size, hanging off the door.
Wow. It's certainly the size of a chubby criminal. A full-on adult hasn't even earned being in your house because he's fat from his last robbery.
Now, I maintain,
and he's just like, well, as long as I'm here,
I will maintain. I feel like your dog is also that size, that's the problem.
Yeah, but my dog ain't gonna do shit about the robber. Yeah, I mean,
Do you ever think about a fence?
We have one.
I got fences to beat the band.
Okay.
Before you don't,
No.
if I've learned one thing, it's that I should have been happy with just being a caveman and letting my fucking Dino out into the backyard with the Bronto burgers. Like, I get it now. But I thought in my head, oh, you get money, and then you start doing this James Bond thing where you can wave you do the Minority Report in your bed, and then your dog is happier than if you were a regular dog owner. It's all untrue. It's not true. No matter how much money you get, you can't. Your dog just needs to be let out, and then let in after it shits. And you gotta care about a living thing. All right, there's no end run around it. I'm sorry to tell you. So you may as well go back to your shitty job tomorrow and let a big smile on your face. Because no matter how many promotions you get, you're never going to get to stop caring about fucking people. Weird when you don't laugh at shit like that. It's like, why did you buy a ticket? I thought you liked my lack of empathy. Anyways, but the fucking Nigel fucking loves the thing. Nigel's the shitty little dog that doesn't need anything because Nigel will find a way out of anything. Like Nigel, you could raise him in an environment that was hermetically sealed, but he'd figure out how to get out anyway.
Yeah. No, I sent Nigel out for pizza the other day.
Nigel just so he loves it. He walks up to it, this giant plexiglass guillotine goes. It's 9 feet tall. Nigel looks at it, walks right through. And he goes and shits and pisses and does what he eats his fucking rocks and twigs so that I'll have to give him unnecessary surgery later. He comes back. Harvey is he can't. Harvey spent the 3 weeks that this thing was installed just shitting everywhere in the house. While Nigel just ran in and out, I would let the both of them out. Nigel would come back in and Harvey would just sit there and go, woof. Woof. Please. And then and he can't, the thing makes a sound that makes him cower away from it. I can't say I blame him. I mean, it looks like a guillotine.
He thinks Harvey or Nigel's going to another world. He's like, I am not going into that portal at all.
My
Even if
heart
the other
is
dog
like if you ever, I don't know if you know, some of you may have kids, and like I know parents, like I've talked to parents, and I know that they always secretly have a favorite if they have two kids.
Damn.
I know it's a thing that you don't admit and that you can't because legally with the parent guild.
You'll get arrested.
There's two kids, and I know that parents with two kids, they always go like, well, Monica's like, she's the jam. And Toby's kind of a prick, but we love him because he's our kid. Like you get that when you have a kid. I get from parents that they go like, you know what? One of the great things about being a parent is you realize that your job is to just bring another shithead into the world. Yeah. Like that you quickly get over this idea that you're like, well, I'm Leopold III. I can't wait for Leopold IV to prove I was right about my thirding. You're quickly like, okay, what's that? I eat cardboard? Okay, fine. I guess that's what you were going to do, no matter where you were raised. Like, I'll just keep you from getting arrested. And so anyway, so that's why parents, like, after a few margaritas, they'll go, I like our daughter, but I don't like our son. And I get it having two dogs because I'm like, Nigel.
Parents are going to hate you for that.
They can hate me all I want. They are hating their shame.
Yes.
It's their shame. Like, if you're a parent and you're out there and you're like, I love my kids equally, well, then I guess I'm not talking about you. Like, so why are you mad?
Yeah.
You know? Like, suck my
daddy dick.
No kid dick.
Yeah.
Like, here I am on my throne of no kids. I'm telling you, fucking, you hate your kids. No one knows that better than me. I got dogs. I'm just saying, I get, like, Harvey is the smartest dog I've ever met in my life. He watches television. When he sees things on television that are supposed to excite him, he gets excited. I can't get mad at him. He's like, it's like, ho, 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 here's reindeer. And he's like, hey, there's deer. There's a whole shit ton of deer. And I'm like, Harvey, take it easy. And he's like, you take it easy. There's a fucking window with deer. And I can't get mad at him because it's like, well, Nigel's just like, what? He gets mad at, he just starts barking at Harvey. Nigel's just like, his eyes don't move at the same frame rate, or I don't know what the fuck. I tried to get clarity on this from scientists, and
Nigel probably just knows it's TV.
And he just
He's like, hey, Harvey, it's a television show.
Nigel seems a little more attuned to like the audio, like podcasts and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to give him credit, but the thing is, like, it's like Nigel's the jock. Like Nigel, like, can catch a ball. You throw it in the air. Like Nigel, like, gets everything. Like Nigel, like, hacks everything. He's a mutt. He's like a little grimy little street urchin, and so he should be. I want him to be me. I want him to be a carbon copy of me. I want to be like, I'm Punky Brewster. He's Punky Brewster. He's my adopted kid. I want to have that bond. But no, Harvey's my kid because he's homeschooled. He's from a breeder. He's afraid of not being liked to the point where he can figure out way before anyone not likes him, like that he's so sad that he should like maybe piss in a fountain. Like when you come home, he's oops, sorry, I did that. Now he's like so sensitive and intelligent and intuitive that he's got this little brother that gets to eat before him, and like he's like I love. I mean, like, if you have two kids, is it the one that reminds you the most of yourself that you like the least? Is my question. Send your emails to Harmontown.
Why is this happening to me? Dad.
Dad.
That's a great question. That is a really great question.
Because, like,
I think if your kid's creative and funny, and that's what you think you are, you love that kid. But if you're not funny, then you hate that kid.
But like, also the ideal, right, is that you get your shit so together that you're like, okay, I got a kid now, and you're like, I live my life like that. That's the ideal parent. You're not supposed to like. Oh, he's a little soccer player, ain't he? You're a little soccer player. And then, like, get mad, like, that they're like, I don't know, soccer's okay, but I like the trombone. And you're like, what's that fucking dick flute you're playing? Yeah, you don't even know you're doing it. Like that's the cartoonish example. Like none of us would do that. We're Angelinos.
Some people really have a set goal for their kids, what they want them to do. They put them in shit. They give them little jobs. And some people don't, and they get a president out of it. The one thing we all know is that you can't. It's hands off. You just hope that they don't get a gun and a rifle tower. Really,
I gotta say, I'm really impressed with. I've said it before. Like, the only reason I think I have the capacity to have kids is because of Cody's sister. She's got her kids, and like, I swear, I was like, when they were younger, I was like, you can't fucking raise a kid like that. You kidding me? Like talking to them like they're an equal, and that's the problem with our society and all this shit. But it's like. No, she's like it's like this consequences and rule. Like the kids understand the rules, and they also understand the most important thing about rules is that actually, if you really got a bunch of sand in your crack, you really want to bend those rules because they're negotiable on the back end and the front end.
You gotta tell me what the rules about the sand in the crack are.
What? No, I'm saying
How
like
is
if your kids like it's you're avoiding the because I said so thing because I said so that ain't no rule. That's not even a rule in prison. Because I said so don't even apply in prison. Like they don't even like you're in prison and you know that like you can if you really fucking want it you can get whatever you like you can bend the rules. So like and that's where we send the people that we hate the most that we don't even care if they ever learn anything. Like we're really unfair to those people. We're like you're going to the pits of hell where you should just fucking suffer for the rest of your life. And even there like if you want a cigarette you can get a cigarette. If you want a lockpick you can get a lockpick. It's just that I like that I like those conversations where like parents are having with their kids where they're like, hey, like what are you complaining about? Like, I want to watch Peppa Pig, and I think so you wanted to watch Peppa Pig so bad what did you just do? Why are we having this conversation? I hit someone in the head with a fire truck. And so do you think we're going to watch Peppa Pig now because of that? Like just having these conversations, it's kind of sounds fun. It's almost like
it is better that we don't baby talk like we used to. There used to be that thing where we talk down to kids, and now you really do look at a kid and you go, do you want the Bacardi or do you want the
right? At the same time,
it's easier on everybody if we can just have a conversation.
Yeah, and
versus
I think
this code switch.
And I think there has to be kind of a line there, like probably says the parental expert on his podcast about. But it's that guy that I never want to be and that put me off of kids is that guy behind me on the airplane. It's the working class Chris Pratt dad that's flying first class. And it has that kid with him, and you just hear this like almost one-sided dialogue where this guy's just like, "Well, hey, bro, what do you want? Well, what do you want? Oh, you want to do that, bro? Well, what do you think, dude? Hey, guy, well, what do you think? Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, yeah. What is your shoe, a spaceship? Oh, man, guy. Oh, that's amazing. And it's just kind of, I feel like kids pick up on insincerity before they pick up on language. Like the kid's like 2, he's like, I think my dad's a dick, and I don't have the words for it yet, but I think I'm being raised by like Chris Pratt, and I don't like it. Like that's all I know about you is that you're a fucking like mock enthusiast about every fucking thing I do. Like I don't know what to trust. Like what is it that I do that's actually gratifying? My shoe's a spaceship. Go suck my. Suck my tiny little.
No, they do. They do. We as a society, we sort of roll out the red carpet for the first 10 years.
And that's good.
And then after 10, we're like, motherfucker, get a job. You don't see me. You don't see me asking you for shit.
That's not fair, too, but that's the problem. It's like when the kids get gangly and then we start being like, fuck you. That's a big problem because it reinforces the thing. It's like we could like blend it a little bit, where it's like, hey, like, look, I'm not, it's like, look, you just talk to him like a fucking dude. I think the baby talk is instinctive to us because literally, like, I think the reason why when we look at a baby, we go, ooh, ba, ba, boo, 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 is because because the babies, like, are like the CPU that's like fucking booting. And like, we know that they actually, if we didn't do that, if you raised a baby in an environment where they weren't surrounded by hominid faces that were constantly going like that they wouldn't start going but that they're experimenting with it, and then they turn 2 and then they go pass the salt and whoa
That is true. If you don't talk to your babies, they don't start talking, and you can tell kids that haven't been spoken to.
Oh, look who's here.
Speaking of babies that need to be spoken to,
Maybe we can try some of these
are
techniques.
you ready to come out?
Did you have a good time in your special place, Rob?
Excuse me?
Did you do? Are you feeling better now?
About
Stage time and when to come out and.
yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm all right.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Daniel.
Got the
Maybe
full-
tomorrow we'll go to the sunflower patch.
All right.
I'm trying to think of what kids like. I'm going down the list of like what I would hate to ever do.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Disneyland.
That
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
worse.
What if you could just have a kid that was into Minecraft like out of the box? Like, box is an unfortunate figurative thing. From the get-go. Like if they're just like gaga goo goo, and then you're like Minecraft, and they're like Minecraft. I just saw like a baby that would like sit on a laptop next to me, and it'd be like, what are you doing over there? And then it'd be like, I'm making a wheat garden, and I'd be like, oh, cool. Do you want me to help you with stuff? Because I can simulate being a father.
Yeah, that would be so cool. That'd be great. That would be so cool.
My post-production supervisor at Community, he had 2 kids, and he said when I was, he said, oh, I'm into Minecraft because he saw me playing it while I was editing Community. That's right. Well, and then also in addition to that, probably wrote a blog in my head. Be amazed. Go ahead. But he was like, oh, you Minecraft. And he's like, I play that with my kids. And he had like a server at his home, and he would go home and play with his kids. It was like a digital sandbox. A dad playing with his 2 kids, Minecraft, you know?
You can drink with them too.
Once they stop caring about Minecraft. But then I would be like, yeah, I'd be like, but don't, that would be my big thing with my kid. It'd be like, I don't like Minecraft. I want to drink. I'm like, dude, what do you think I've been doing the whole time? Get a drink and come back and play Minecraft. Drinking's my Minecraft. Don't ever say that again. Minecraft was your drinking. Did I get that right?